Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Animate. 30 animated seconds of Star Wars The Force Awakens. If that wasn't abundantly clear by this close up on this, really just a varmint, a piece of vermin. A vermin? Varmint? Vermin? You're a vermin. It's a mouse. It's a rat. They carried the plague in hundreds of years ago. Why in the world is this the icon, the flagship mascot of a corporation dedicated to childlike wonder? I don't know. But it is. It's Mickey Mouse. It's Disney, the new proud owner of Star Wars and the butcherer of my childhood memories of escapism and fantasy and a world where anything is possible and I could be anything and go anywhere and anyone could be a hero. I wasn't bound by the rules of this miserable, tiny Canadian nowhere town. Anyway, wow, that got dark really fast. I apologize. We're back. It's fun. It's lighthearted. It's animation. There's no deeper seated meaning or resentment to any of this. It's just a good time. And I can't lie. In the off time between videos, I searched up a good slow clap to get a good rhythm going. Figure out the best way to do it. I've got Audacity open. I'm gonna make my own clip, I think, here live right on animation. Let's animate. You're not gonna see it, but I've got the Audacity open right now. I'm gonna hit record and I'm gonna try my best to do a slow clap. What I could tell, I was doing some tests and I was going from a too fast into a faster rhythm, and I think I want a nice slow burn, and I might kind of have it overlapping itself, maybe to represent some of the yes men that are also in the boardroom that are just off camera here in this scene, but there are of course guys sitting back in here that you can't quite see, that will be established before we get to this shot. So as they jump in and kind of follow their fearless rat-like leader to approval of the whole tracing ethos, they're going to start to clap and they're going to kind of overlap each other. But I think for now I'm just going to try and record myself. The good one that I saw had just a nice sort of build up to it that was just very, very celebratory by the end, but just sort of unsure and slow, methodically paced at the beginning. So I'm going to go quiet. I'm going to switch back to Audacity here, and we're going to try to do this live on the screen. There's going to be clapping, loud popping claps. Turn yourself down if you need to. We'll be back shortly. 1 second. There, I'm going to try and play this and see how it sounds here. And we're going to see how this sounds. It's a bit long. We're not going to use it all, but I think we're going to stop it down here at around 9 or 10 seconds maybe. Now let's see if I can remember how to import this into this thing here. I also had a bit of an issue with my program froze and I had to recover the files and off camera there. That was a bit odd. Let's throw in an audio file here. I don't have an audio file saved actually. Gotta go back to Audacity. Let's export this as, oh God, what format do I use? Oh, this should not be this complicated. Let me look back in old files here. Mr. Broman, where have we used audio recently? NLS Golden Years, we used some. And I exported WAV files, it seems. Yep. I've got MP4s, I've got WMVs, and I've got WAV files. I think this WAV file is a Thug Life. probably a wave. Oh, WAV. Let's just try it like that. WAV. We're gonna call it. Oh yeah, NL's joke selection process. That was posted that one on the Circle Jerk subreddit. I got a decent response. Let's throw a new folder in here. We'll call it audio. And then we'll call this one slow clap. But yeah, I may sound a little subdued. I may sound a little quiet. It is honestly, in large part, just my personality. I am a very dry, so even though it sounds like I'm not having a good time, my humor is just very, even though I'm sounds like I'm totally uninterested, I play it straight. It's just the way I am, the way I've always been. Where do we want to put this file here now? Let's be on here. How do we slide this across? The sequencer? There we go. So we do want to pause because he sees the idea that Abrams has had, and there is a pause before he starts to clap. And we're gonna have it's a long pause though, and nothing's sounding. Did I have the volume turned down? No. Why can't I hear anything then? Okay, let's go back. Still nothing. So either that file has no sound to it, or I've screwed something up just utterly royally here. I have done this before with the audio right in, and I've also done it, strangely enough, I've pasted out to sync up in my video editing process. I would do a bunch of these clips where the animation happens, just the visuals, then record everything outside of the animation program, and then just sync up the animation to my my recordings. And that's worked in the past. It's a little bit cumbersome when it comes to trying to record while doing that, granted, but this also is turning into to something very, very cumbersome here. Why is this not working? Let's see if I can find that file and play it on its own. Oh my god, nothing is working. Why is nothing working? If I open my mixer, there we go. So it's playing now. So it does play. So if we want to add an audio layer, it's the slow clap. It should play in here. Unless I have in my mixer. Aha, I do. I have it muted. There we go. Problem solved. So there's the clap. Let's turn this the clap. I've got the clap. Finally, I've got the clap. And we'll just try and paste this. I hope this doesn't turn out too loud to listen to, but so there's the first clap. So he's got to do his. Yeah, so we can afford to drag this back a little bit. Let's give him a good 60 frames to acknowledge what's happened and crack a sly smile. What is this one here? What is? Don't know what these. Well, that's where marking where it starts, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna pull his mouth back a bit, I think. We'll bring it to here before he opens his mouth. So there's a good 2 seconds where we're just looking at Mickey and we don't know what he's thinking. This is the first time we're seeing him, so it gives the audience a chance to recognize what's happening here. They gotta recognize it's Mickey. They gotta recognize that it's in the same room, and they've got to recognize that he's disinterested and that everyone is kind of waiting on his verdict here. So then he goes and then starts to clap here. So here we want the first clap. So right now he's on shoulders, right? Yeah, he's on regular shoulders. So we've got an impact, a clap, and a hands. So I guess, yeah. I guess we want to go to, we need to set this stage here, right? So we're going to want that. We're going to want clap here. Clap, and then on the shoulders as well, clap. There we go. And then we want, very quickly after, we want the impact. I don't know if you can hear that. Somewhere in here, then we reset to clap and clap. And then here we set back to impact, impact. Yeah. It's a bit of a tricky one, and it's going to become even more increasingly tricky as we go, but we pull this back again to clap and to clap. I'm sure we could sync this up. There's a lip syncing feature. I'm sure we could do the same thing here. Excuse me. Clap, impact, impact, clap, clap. This is just, I'm sure this is just totally engrossing entertainment here. But again, hopefully you pick up something maybe that you I think it looks fine. I think it's going to be all right. I get worried, and then I look at it, and it looks fine. Is it actually fine? I don't know. Who knows, right? Time will tell. Clap, impact, clap, impact. Take it off. Take it off. Put it on. Put it on. Take it off. Take it off. Put it on. Put it on. Go back and look, because I'm just that vain. Take it off. Take it off. Put it on. Put it on. Somewhere in here. Take it off. Take it off. Put it on. Put it on. This has got to be so unprofessional. Like, again, can't stress enough that there's probably a syncing, SY syncing way to do this. And I honestly don't know if his shoulders actually change, but whatever. I have a layer there for an impact, and I have a layer for normal, so I'm going to use it. Impact, impact. Clap, clap, impact, impact, and we're almost halfway there. No, we've got to be over halfway there. Let's take another look here. Take a break. Here we go. So that's looking pretty good. I think it's going to end up being fine. I'm going to go through this and just keep moving through. Maybe I'll keep recording, I guess. I mean, what else have I got going on? It's not like people are banging down the door to get a hold of me here. It's not like my time is that valuable. If I keep streaming, or recording, I guess is the proper nomenclature. even if it's not that interesting, maybe it's interesting to somebody. Maybe it's somewhat I think I mentioned this before. Even if I can be just somewhat relaxing, if my voice can have some kind of an impact on your viewing preferences, you know, maybe you just like to listen to me drone on for some reason. And I talked before about how I found watching me move these points around to be a little bit of a trance, you know, a little bit calming in that respect. And that alone is enough of a reason to keep going, I guess. Because I know I benefit from it. It really slows me down and it calms me. And just whenever I start to get, you know, anxious over real world stuff, really helps out. And maybe, just maybe, there's someone else out there that wants this kind of calming, especially the night I had. I had a horrible night last night. You know, those nights where you cannot get to sleep no matter what. It's just like, no matter what you do, you're tossing and turning and uncomfortable and your mind is racing. That's the kind of night I had last night. Oops, that's not right. And so, doing this and just talking about doing this and talking about calming is actually calming me. I can feel my eyes getting heavy, which is strange. Because usually by now, acknowledging my heavy eyes would make them not heavy. But this is having the opposite effect, and I can feel myself drifting ever so calmly, ever so slowly, to a very relaxed state of being. And I kind of dig it. I kind of dig it a lot. Wait, what have we done here? We've screwed up. Let's pull this one in. And we'll pull this one in. And we'll go back to impact and impact. And we'll come off. And we'll come off. And we go back to one final impact. Now let's check it out. I think that gets the point across quite nicely. I don't think the scene will be overall that long, but we've got it there if we want it. I'm going to hit the old Save-A-Roon button. And again, thanks for sticking around. The series is back. I'm working on it again. I've got time. I've got the effort. As long as I can stay awake. Until then, thanks very much. See you soon.